I don't know the language Malayalam, but let me start with the same language. Priyapata Adhyakshan, Advocate KP Muhammad Sharif, inauguration by E. Abu Bakr Sahib, Swarantokal Suhardaran Marre, Yuva Kalam. Salam alaikum. I am very thankful to SDPI, the members of this organization, and those present here. We have been called a naughty boys in the house. We have been suspended from the house and marshalled out, which has been done for the first time in the history of the Indian Parliament. But we are grateful to you that you have warmly welcomed we the naughty peoples, we the suspended and marshalled out men of the houses. We are very thankful to you. But let me tell you, why we have taken this program to protest against the Women's Reservation Bill in the Parliament. We are not against the empowerment of women. Remember it, हम लोग महिला सशक्तिकरण के खिलाफ नहीं हैं, but we are against the aims and objects of the proposed bill which has been passed forcibly from the Parliament in the present form. We are against that form. We were just demanding from the last 14 years that when you are providing reservation on the ground of sex, when you are demanding, you are trying to provide reservation on the ground of sex, which is not allowed in the Constitution. Article 15 says that there should be no discrimination with any citizen on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth. The Constitution has prohibited. It has prohibited to discriminate on the ground of these 5 factors. In spite of that, when the people's like E. Abu Bakr, when the people's like E. Abdul Rahman, when the people's like Advocate Sharif and others, when the people's like at all India level, they raised the question of providing reservation to the Muslim as a community, they say that reservation is not allowed on the ground of religion. This is the only clue with them. They reject our demand. But today, what is going on? What is this? That the portion of the society which has always protested against the reservation, the part of the society, Indian society, who has always protested against the reservation, whether it be Mandal Commission reservation or provision of 27% reservation in higher institution, educational institution, they have already protested. Mr. Swami has burnt himself during Mandal Commission. Similarly, a lot of protests was done by the Yuvas of at Delhi, Justice, Equality, what was the name of the organization? They were protesting against it. The same section of the society has become very favorable to provide reservation to the women, 33% reservation. After all, what is the reason? क्या वजह है आप देना चाहते हैं औरतों के नाम पर रिजर्वेशन? जो हिस्सा समाज का रिजर्वेशन का हमेशा मुखालफत करता रहा, जिसने विरोध किया, वो आज कैसे तैयार हो गया है रिजर्वेशन देने के लिए औरतों के नाम पर? There is something behind it. There is some conspiracy behind it. This was hitting our mind, and that's why we, along with our leaders, we were demanding right from the beginning, 14 years ago, when this bill was introduced by the then Prime Minister I.K. Gujral. It was introduced by I.K. Gujral. The bill was introduced by I.K. Gujral. From the very beginning, we are protesting that reservation should be given along with share of the minorities, the backward classes, the Dalits, and the scheduled tribes. They should be given proper share in this 33% reservation, which you are going to provide at the cost of and on the ground of religion, not religion, on the ground of sex, on the ground of gender. You are going to provide. Why don't you make share of these sections of the women in it? But the problem is that there is the aim and object behind it. They want that the part of those members in the parliament who belong to OBC, who belong to minorities, and who are dominant scheduled caste, scheduled tribe peoples, they should be cleared off from the parliament. That is their aim. But they can't find directly. That's why they are bringing their women on those posts which will be cleared by these OBCs and minorities. That was their aim. That's why we have protested, and the government has made us to do it. He made us to do it. Because in 2008, when the bill was first time introduced in the parliament, at that time there was protest. There was severe protest at that time also in 2008. The bill was torn out, and law minister, who was Mr. Bhardwaj at that time, he was manhandled. He was manhandled at that time. So, only because of this demand that there should be categorization, there should be sharing within this 33% reservation. But the government was not angry. He was trying to let the bill pass through the parliament forcibly. Parliament is not a place of to present his positive point, negative points over a bill. But the government was not angry over it. He was just telling that we will pass the bill anyhow, and after that we will say what adjustment is being done for the minorities and the backward classes in it. We just ask the government, एक बार जब गर्दन कट जाता है तो जुटता नहीं है. इसलिए let the bill be first amended and then it should be passed through the parliament. There will be no difference. There is no difficulty in passing the bill. But the aim of the government, चारों तरफ गोपियां, अब बीच में कन्हैया. This is saying on our side. They want to make the form of the parliament like that. They are preparing for the Rahul Gandhi. They are preparing a parliament with the Rahul Gandhi, in which the females will be more than male, and Rahul will make his basuri there in an easy way. Parliament is not place. It is a place of center of discussion. It is a place of political workers. A political workers there is no constitution for the preparation of a political worker. Political workers becomes a political man in 25 years time. He goes through various problems, various layers in 25 years time under training. Then he becomes a political leader, then he becomes Mukhia, then councillor, then MLA, then MP. It is the way in which a man sits in the parliament. But what you are going to do? You are just inviting those ladies who are of AC culture. They are not concerned with the problems of the society. They don't know the problems of the man living in a jhuppi jhopdi. They don't know the man living in the slum areas. They don't know the man and women living in the poor huts. They don't know. but they just want to sit in the parliament. If such reservations applied in the parliament, then the parliament will become the place of the capitalists and the high-fi women.